Hi folks, today we're demonstrating the FMS dumbbell external rotation from knee. This is a fantastic exercise and one of my favorites for shoulder stability and strength, which must be in alignment or in balance with your pressing muscles. So the shoulder external rotator muscles, which is the infraspinatus and the teres minor, located on the back outside of your shoulder blade, your scapula, have a very, very important job to do. They have to stop the shoulder from dislocating or internally rotating when we press, or any movement where we're pressing vertically or horizontally. They play a major role in the stabilization of the shoulder. So they're fighting a very, very big battle because the internal rotators, which are the pec muscles, the lats and the biceps, are very, very strong, and they really easily overpower these muscles if we don't keep them in balance. So this is a step up from the lying dumbbell rotation from hip, and that one allows us to isolate the movement a little bit more. This one requires a little bit more skill and technique because you now have to balance your arm on your knee. So it's very, very important that you nail the other movement first before we progress up here. Otherwise it becomes a very sloppy movement. So we'll get Rad to demonstrate a couple of repetitions here. So he's going to balance the point of his elbow on the meaty part of his VMO. That's the vastus medialis oblique over here on his knee. And he's going to keep that dumbbell nice and close to his body so that the angle of his arm, his humerus and his ulnar and radius does not change. So he's got a constant 90-degree bend. That's very important because any deviation in there is going to be either the biceps or the triceps contracting, and that's your body trying to help out. Remember, these are tiny little muscles in the back of the shoulder here. So it's super important that we give them a chance to work on their own accord without the assistance of other bigger muscles kicking in to take over the movement. And if you've got an imbalance here, a structural imbalance or a weakness, it's highly likely that your body is going to try to help them out because it will be used to doing that in everyday movement. But when we're in the gym and we've got a nice controlled environment and we're trying to balance your body out and overcome structural balance abnormalities or imbalances, then this is the time when we want to allow them to really get their own workout. So Rad's doing a nice range of motion. He's traveling all the way down so as to stretch these muscles out fully and then rotating back up to the top in their full contracted position. So nice and slow down. The rep range that the external rotators respond best to is around 8 repetitions. You can take it up to 10 to 12 reps in a beginner so that we keep the weight very light, and that gives you a chance to nail the movement. But generally, as you start to progress through these external rotation movements, around 8 reps is about ideal for the muscle fiber makeup in the shoulder. Very nice. And then you would repeat on the other side, obviously. Now, very importantly, this should remain around about anywhere from 12 to 15% of what you can dumbbell press in each arm. So it's super important that you keep these nice and strong, but also even more important that you don't lift too much weight, that the movement starts to, the form and technique starts to fall away. You never ever prioritize weight over form when you're doing structural balance movements.